Welcome back to the Unpopular Opinion, Becoming Popular. My name is Yana the Heretic, and we start off this week with a new archetype, the archetype of Minerva. And the gate that starts off this archetype is gate 32, another splenic gate that is called the gate of continuity or duration. So this is very different from the last gate we went through, and although it's a splenic gate, it is more so about the survival of your foundation. This is all about the way that you sustain the tribe and how you can provide for the tribe. Minerva has 3 tribal gates, so this is the last archetype. It is all tribal almost, other than one individual gate. And Minerva is all about she's a Roman goddess that really stands for trading, being strategic. She's the goddess of war and arts and poetry and wisdom. So her spleen, her intuition is just on all the time. She knows exactly what to tell others to do. It's one of those leaders that, you tell them the problem, the messenger comes and is like, this is full-blown chaos, and they're like, okay, well, you go here and you go here, and we'll meet back at this time. And there is absolutely no pause in thinking. There's just, this is what I'm driven to do, and I'm gonna make it happen. So the 32 is the gate that loves conservative, traditional morals. So in that way, they really appreciate marriage. They appreciate, paying their taxes in order to get a retirement at the end of their life. They play by the rules in order to ensure their safety. So they'll be the ones taking on life insurance or the 401k, really believing in these systems, really believing in that if we create these rules within our society, within our tribe, that if everyone's involved, it's actually going to work like a meticulous clock. And a lot of the time, this comes from the fear of failure. So instead of a fear of inadequacy, this is more so the fear of failure. This is very much about the quote that change is the only constant thing in our lives. And, this lower spectrum of this gate is the fear of change, because it's hard to just get up and start over. These aren't really people that are going to start their own revolution, because, when plates shatter, it's like, where is, the level ground? I've been working for so long to achieve this, and, it all just got washed away. So, the reality is that Gate 32s are here to pinpoint who is the best at everything. Minerva says, hey, you are the scholar that has the teaching, and then it goes down the line. You're the businessman who's going to oversee the stocks and make these decisions. You are the marketer of these products. You are you know, the one that makes these products, and then there's another person that gets these products into the hands of the tribe. So, you know, this type of person sees the talents within other people. They recognize what they're naturally good at. So this is the financial advisors in life. They are very attuned to who's gonna make it, you know, who's gonna be the biggest money. You know, this is the you know, the show The Voice or Ninja Warrior or what's the other one I'm thinking of? Top Chef. You know, there's all types of shows that really depict people's skills and talents and put them in a pressured place. And it's like, can you handle it? How much can you handle without breaking? And they're always looking for the entrepreneurs. They're always looking to invest in types of people that they know are going to do the role they need to do well. And that way they create their tribe, you know, and it feels really stable. So they have these expectations, and then they feel safe within this net. They feel safe that they can fall back on either people or, you know, a life savings. This is the way that foundations are built. And on the opposite spectrum, the harmonic is gate 54, which is called the marrying maiden. So this is the root center. This is 32 connects to the root center, and the marrying maiden is about being so ambitious and doing your thing, and you'll be recognized by those 32s in life. And together they create this channel of transformation, which is a little ironic because there's always transformation possible for gate 32s, but it may take them a while to get to that place. They're more slow moving. They like to feel comfortable knowing that they can step on, you know, this next path. They don't want to carve the path. They want to be able to step, you know, on level ground, make sure that they will make it out. So I noticed this a lot because I live with a 32 when it comes down to like serious like plans for, you know, our future. It takes a minute for, you know, my partner to be okay with these things because it destabilizes something internally that may be an issue. It's like, oh, okay, well, then we're going to have to change up our environment. And where am I going to find the community, the people, the tribe? And there's a little bit of a panic there that exists. So knowing, and I personally have the 54, so, and he's got the whole channel of transformation, so it's a little bit easier for us. But yeah, the 32 without the 54, which we do see this entire transit, the 54 does not show itself. It really has this kind of tiptoeing up to something feeling. It's more so like training. So you're training for something, and you know that you're gonna do that every single day. And if you do the same thing every day, you're going to eventually achieve more and more and more, and you'll be able to climb the ladder, you know. So or be able to support, your community as well. This isn't always just individual. This is more so about, hey, like, what does the tribe need? So it can seem individual, but in reality, it's tribal. It's, well, this person needs this, and how can we make that work? What shifts do we need to make in order for that to work for the both of us or for everyone involved? And it is almost this instantaneous knowing. This is a part of the knowing circuit. So they don't really have to think on it. They just know what to say. They know how they feel. They know how to work it out, because it's just in them. It's ingrained. And the channel of transformation 5432 is about absolutely not being able to do things on your own. You are needing to be seen by a community or by a tribe, and that's the way you're going to succeed in all reality. And your transformation is possible with all of these people involved. So, it's like getting a group together that's like, hey, well, we need to build a school here, or we need to build, a stream system. And this is everybody getting involved and changing the entire plane that you are existing in for the benefit of everyone. So that's the way this really works for transformation. And this gate is also on the cross of Maya, which is about the sacred tree. You see a lot of trees in symbolism. This is about as above, so below, really, in its density, because you cannot ascend if you don't have your roots in the ground, in hell. So you must know how to integrate yourself. You may hear that a lot in the woke culture or spirituality, and that just means that you're being comfortable with who you are fully. You have these aspects to yourself, and you're accepting of these aspects. And therefore, you can really just be honest, and you create this foundation from this place of honesty. You're like, yeah, like, I'm not really good at being on time, or I'm not really good at, doing the filing or the organizing. And, you find people that are, and that's how this whole entire, thing moves, without it being so, like, taxing on one person. Yeah, and duration speaks for itself. It's like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? So this week you're going to be asking yourself, like, shit, like, we're coming up on the end of our quarter of duality, the quarter of, like, focus on our relationships. So it's like, cool, like, me and my partnership, like, I figured it out. We've come a long way at this point. So what am I going to do day to day? What is going to really get me to the place where everybody is happy and I'm happy? Like, what is going to sustain every goal that I have? And am I doing that? And am I making time for that every day? So what things need to completely disappear in my schedule in order for me to, like, really focus on what I wish to do or wish to become? And you'll have conversations with those people that are like, yeah, you've always been good at this. Like, you've always been a really great poet, or you've always been a really great singer, and it'll kind of, like, start to piece together, because a lot of us, we tend to gravitate towards the easiest money. And that's obviously biased because nothing is really easy. If you have a shitty job, you may have a job, but you're not happy. So, you're not feeling satisfaction. So a lot of us go through these phases where we don't have a job that we like, and we suffer for it. And, our skills aren't being trained because we don't have time. So really pay attention to those things that other people are telling you about yourself or what you see in others. If you see something that you wish to tell other people about, like, hey, you're really awesome at this, do it, because transformation is possible and it is going to be beneficial for everybody involved. And what the hell, just tell people some good shit about them. We also do have the channel of discovery this week, a design of succeeding where others fail, and as well as the channel of abstraction, which has been coming up a lot throughout the transits, which is we're still having these moments of really thinking about, shit, like, where's the solution at? So it's mental activity mixed with clarity. And the best way to, deal with the abstraction is honestly bringing something new, to other people, talking about ideas. Don't try to figure out your own stuff, but just talk to people. The questions of the week, what the hell are you doing day to day that ensures lasting success? What are you training for? What are your natural talents? And do you get to use them every day? Who in your life has supported your growth? Have you gotten a chance to thank them for the acceptance and the nourishment that they've brought? How do you make duration appealing in your world? What relationship do you have with duration? Are there any morals that you have that you feel are conservative? And where are they? Although my partner has the whole channel and this is a gate that he carries in his design, the last thing I think about is him being conservative. So, but there are definitely things about, us individuals, because we are so different. This is the science of differentiation, meaning one size does not fit all. We don't fit in the same lumped sum anymore. So where do you feel like you're more traditionally sound? And have you expressed those things to the people that are around you? Do they know, what your morals and systems look like? And why not? Things really start to build a foundation when you can talk about what your expectations are or how you've lived. And, sparking up a conversation with people isn't so threatening like you think. It doesn't have to be so heated. So even if you're like, hey, like, this is coming from a neutral place, what do you think about this? A lot of us don't say that. And we forget to say those things. But maybe try that on for size and see what happens. Keep your eyes out, keep your ears out, keep your taste buds open, and, surrender to the internal ally. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching, and I hope that was a potent dose that you needed to receive this week. This will be in transit from the 13th of October to the 19th, so we got some time here. And I love you all. Thanks for watching.